Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 2 Crystal Souls. Last time, we finally tracked down the elusive mage Sixus, and we did manage to make sure that both he and Exile's secret documents were secure. So now that we've done that, time to take care of a little business back in Almeria. First, we shall check in with City Hall. And say, hey, Mayor Bevan, we found your guy. And that just tells us the details of the mission. There we go. Bevan looks profoundly relieved when you say what you did. Wonderful! His services will aid us greatly. I'll let the castle know right away, and he has an aide fetch you a large bag. Here's silver, a lot of it. Fair reward for what you've done. Very nice. We do get rewarded if we end up killing Sixus, but not as richly, and we get a sadder message. Also, we don't get the gloves, which are Micah's gloves. And these are apparently enchanted to make one better with spells. Makes me wonder if Micah himself was some sort of high-level mage before becoming king. I will give these to Scorn for now. Also, we've picked up a Potion of Bliss and Scroll of Shockstorm. Also an amber necklace, which is just money. Put Micah's gloves on Scorn to even out my casters a little bit. Morwen and Telemaine both have the magically apt trait. Scorn does not. Now maybe they'll be on the same level. So Morwen's been carrying around a few things, including this Onyx Charm, which supposedly grants magic resistance. Let's go ahead and sell off that amber necklace, because I need, well, I don't need the money so much, but I do need the inventory space. And while we are in the Great Cave, there is another item that we've been carrying around for perhaps a little too long. Somehow the Great Cave always manages to be a bit larger than I think it is. But yes, we have that package for Darman, which I believe goes to this woman in the inn. Malka describes the package, and you show her the box you found. She almost faints with joy. Thank you! She opens it, and indeed, it contains 3 small bottles of medicine. In gratitude, she takes a ring from her hand and solemnly hands it to you. Cimmerine gets ring. And this is Silver Ring of Skill. That's pretty nice, actually. I will have to decide later who gets that one. But for now, back to the boat. And while we are wandering through the empty part of the Great Cave, these are the Plains of Death, a large section of this barren wasteland, forever declared a resting place for those who have died to defend Exile. You look around, and immediately notice this place has grown a lot since the last time you were here. Oh yeah, Patrick's Tower. We still need to visit there eventually. But not today. Today I have plans. Those plans include heading back north along this river, thumbing our nose at the Empire soldiers, And finally, around to here. We have a couple of Empire installations to find and make a very big mess of, as adventurers like to do. We also have some random tunnels to explore because why not? This particular section of Exile is quite buggy. Oh, yay. Okay, who let the null bugs loose in Exile? Bleh. Okay. Don't think I want to explore this side of the river quite yet, but we can still explore the waterway itself. Haha. Moldy Cave. Rather small cave. This is a campsite, currently unoccupied, with a fire pit in the middle. This was no doubt left as a refuge for passing troops and spies. But troops from which army? Good question. The box is empty. And so is that one. The sign reads, Magi clearance to pass this point. You walk past the statues unmolested. This would suggest that this cave belongs to the Exile army. And it is full of grey mold. Do we actually have the grey mold recipe? I do not. Ah, I forgot. I have to make grey mold salve in this game too. It's not plot critical, I don't think, but there's a couple special encounters that want it. I'm gonna have to start giving somebody some alchemy skill eventually. But yes, relatively easy to find that, if you remember where we found grey mold in the previous game. This worn obelisk contains a variety of symbols in the Slith language. Most are illegible, but the symbol for falls shows up. Ah yes. I remember the Waterfall Warren, and I have no desire to deal with it today. Your knowledge of the caves profits you again. Some nearby stones are geodes, valuable as a somewhat obscure spell component. Okay, cool. What valuables shall we get from here? This area has a variety of statues, some human, some slith, all moldy and starting to flake away. You move away quickly, trying to get away before any basilisks find you. You get away safely. If any of the beasts are still around, they're not here. Okay, I don't remember what this one is. How interesting. On this ledge, far from any settlement of any sort, you find a small, cozy cottage with rows of mushrooms growing in front. You approach to investigate, and see the door open to greet you. Strange, though. Nobody makes themselves visible. What's more, inside the hut you see bowls and plates moving through the air, but cannot see who is carrying them. Do you step in? Well, we did just save. What could possibly go wrong? The hut is intensely cozy inside, the sort of cushy, cramped little home you haven't seen since you were above ground. What is amazing, however, is not the hut but its servants. An uneaten dinner is currently being cleared away by invisible beings. Some of them are taking away plates and scraping and washing them in the well-equipped kitchen. More interestingly, several pairs of invisible hands are making ready several comfortable-looking beds. On one hand, you could take advantage of these beds while you have them. On the other hand, you could loot the place, searching for the magic necessary to create it. Or you could just leave. Well, since I just saved, what happens if I try looting? You start ransacking the place, opening cupboards and looting dressers. As you touch more and more things, their appearance changes. They waver and grow less distinct. Then the illusion fails entirely, and the creatures who created it attack. Oh, guardians and a Rakshasa. I'm kind of glad I decided not to have a nap in the beds now. Also, arg, 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 invisible enemies. Yeah, level 3 spells can only do so much for me. Okay, it says the Rakshasa summoned Nephil warriors. That's not the right graphic. Something's glitchy on me again. Okay, nobody there. You look around the hut. The illusions covering it have faded, revealing a broken-down hovel, ruined by years of neglect. Who built it out here is unclear, but you know you don't want to linger to try and figure it out. That is a rock. There's probably nothing here, but I gotta check it out anyway. Yep, definitely nothing. You find a wide patch of creamy white, rich-smelling mushrooms. You are pretty sure they're edible, and they smell absolutely wonderful. You eat some of the mushrooms. They taste absolutely wonderful. But that's not all. They fill you with a wonderful, blissed-out, warm, relaxed feeling. These caves are eternally chilly and cramped, but this fungus makes you feel at home. You eat some of them, and then some more, and then you just wander around the island, perfectly content. Finally content. Then, sadly, the feeling begins to fade. With a supreme effort of will, you pull yourself away from the patch of magical mushrooms. The inner peace eating them gave you is highly seductive, but there is still much to do. Yeah, I don't want to do the Rakshasa Guardian fight again, so I'm going to save before getting high out of my mind on shrooms. The mushrooms are so delicious, and you feel so relaxed, that you decide to sit down for a while and take a well-deserved rest. You eat more of the fungus, and grow happier and happier, and you never quite build up the energy to leave. That took kind of a lot of tries to get the kill screen. You pilot your boat through this stream, which flows quickly to the south. To the north is a rocky bay, fed by several natural springs. And looks like a cave that we can't quite get to from here. I don't think it's what I'm looking for. Huh. Up close, you see a narrow tunnel through the stone wall. It would be a squeeze, but you could go see what's at the other end. And that's how we get into a dark tunnel. Well, should I go back to my original mission plan, or do a sidetrack here? You step farther into this dark, chill cavern. On the floor nearby, you find bloodstains, and not old ones. There was a fight here recently. And my light source does not last very long. Is this where we found the undead Vanitai Lich person last game? I think it is. At the west end of this cavern, you see where the bloodstains came from. You see the remains of a force of Empire troops, who made the unfortunate decision to explore these tunnels and paid a bloody price. Aha! Oh, hi. Oh, hi. It's gazers, and ones that don't like the Empire. Unfortunately, they also don't like me, so they have to die. Okay, you are clearly magic resistant. But not sword resistant, which I appreciate. A damp, chilly wind blows from the north past you. You look, and see an enormous shaft, stretching far above and far below you, out of sight. A narrow ledge circles the wall of the shaft in the clockwise direction. Yeah, this is definitely where we found the Vanatai Lich in the previous game. And now we've got ice puddings. Hooray! Yeah, with flame spells and the Knife of Warmth, Telemaine was surprisingly well equipped to handle ice puddings. You find the body of a human, slain by a powerful fiery blast and stripped of possessions. The smell is horrible. You don't linger. Okay, so that's the end of that chunk of walkway. Yeah, let's just keep going. What could go wrong? Nothing to be afraid of when we've got a solid save file. Oh, lava. Efreet lair. I don't think we found an Efreet in this game yet. Anyway, that's what one looks like. Okay, might not be able to lure him out. Oh, very ow. Yeah, so about that, what could go wrong, huh? Efreets are very fiery and pretty tough. And I will need Firewalk to deal with this. Well, thank you for taking out your summons for me.
Cool.
That fight is considerably easier when I'm blessed and hasted and know it's coming. Aha. Oh, look, an undead. Are these all ghasts? Yep. It does occur to me sometimes that I should start looking for monsters to use Capture Soul on, so that I can summon them in future battles. Though Capture Soul does take quite a lot of spell points. Spell points which I like to keep using on silly things like hasting myself and burning my enemies to fiery crisp. And maybe lighting up dark rooms. Hi.
Cool.
Yes, I love exploring super dark caverns one square at a time, said no one ever. See, the spirit resists, and now I'm out of spell points. Or specter, whatever it is. Ow. I do not like your freezing touch. Or your life drain. More lava. What could be in this corner? Something saw me. Oh, it's another Efreet. This time, let's slow and curse the demon. And maybe spread out a little bit. Ow. Please be only one of you. Leather armor drop? Really? Ooh, and some goodies. Metal bar, and mace. To the north is an enormous granite spire, which juts out of the shaft wall, and which somehow we can see. It meets the wall 50 feet below you, and is a full 80 feet high. A narrow stone bridge extends across the pit towards a small opening in its side. This is definitely not a trap. Oh, and in fact there is a magic barrier. And it's a magic barrier I can't get through without Dispel Barrier or perhaps a Piercing Crystal. And Piercing Crystal didn't work. Darn it. We'll have to come back here. I am not actually that disappointed in having to run out when spell points are getting kind of low. We will return eventually. Until next time, have a good one, everybody.